So we have with us today Ronak sir. You all know him because he already took a subject for you in this semester. And marketing dashboard using spreadsheet applications. That portion he'll be taking for you since he has an expertise in spreadsheet. So let everybody join in. Let's wait for 5 more minutes because not everybody has joined. And then sir will start taking the class. Ronak sir, is it fine?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so let's wait for 2, 3 more minutes. Okay, sir. So you may start the session since we have just 1 hour to complete it.
Okay, ma'am. Fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I hope my voice is audible to everyone there.
Yes, sir. You are able, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. First of all, thank you so much, Pritham, for inviting me to take this session. Thank you so much for giving such a nice introduction that I am this expert of spreadsheet. I cannot claim to be the expert of it. I'm just passionate about it. But you, to all the students who have got a bit of an exposure of mine, definitely we can have various tasks and functions in the Excel today. But as far as the conceptual understanding of marketing management is concerned, if some of the topics where I'll not be very good, or for some explanation part of some of the concepts, you should give me the. I mean, I'm seeking the excuse right in the beginning itself. So for that, you should contact Pritham. We all are the students of Pritham as far as the marketing management is concerned. I would just take you to the Excel part for data analytics purpose. Well, thank you so much. Sharing my screen with you. I hope you all would have downloaded the Excel file I have circulated. Once it is there, please let me know. Give me a confirmation that you are ready with the Excel file.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And if anyone is yet to join, please inform them because everything will be too much interlinked with each other, So if you'll be missing the initial minutes, then it will be difficult for you to cop up later on. So my humble request, please inform everyone to join as quickly as possible. Okay, here we are. Okay, we'll not go much conceptually because that you people are aware about. Let's go to a topic that has been allotted to me for the day. That is marketing dashboards by using the spreadsheet applications. Now, spreadsheets can be of various softwares, So Excel is one of the Now, here in this case, we have got a data. Let's assume that this is the data of the customers, and we have the data related to their age, their buying behavior, their level of education, their income, their household income, number of properties they possess, so many other sort of things we have got in this data. And we are supposed to prepare one dashboard for this. Now, what do we mean by the dashboard, first of all? See, dashboard is a ad hoc visualization you have created for your data. I'm using the words very carefully. It's ad hoc in nature. That depends on the requirements of creator. So it may be containing some coding, it may be containing some visualizations, it may be containing some tables. So that depends upon person to person and requirement to requirement. So there is no specific structure for the dashboard as far as the word dashboard is concerned. So there is no step-by-step process that every dashboard will be prepared by following those steps only. No, it's entirely ad hoc in nature. Some of you may find a different functions to present the data differently. I may be finding a different functions to present the data on my own way. So that too depends on how the individual is looking at the data. But if I want to define it, I can at least say that it's a summarized visualizations of the various aspects of the data, which is which is important for decision making, or which may help you for the decision making. So I'm just taking you to this. If you can see, I am there in a dashboard worksheet. I hope everyone is able to see this. There are variable 1 and variable 2 I have taken. Now, if I go over there on this drop down button, I click over there and let me select another variable there. Say another variable is household income in rupees. And the variable number 2 is the annual sales we have observed from that customer. Now I have got the data, my entire data has got changed over here in this file. Customer ID, household income in rupees, and annual sales from customer. I have got a correlation plot of it. I have got the regression coefficient of that too, which will help me to predict the behavior of that customer based on the household income. Now, see, this is how things are getting changed. This is just a one small piece I'm telling you. We all will be able to do it. Just follow the instructions I give you from step to step. So let's create another worksheet. I'm opening another worksheet, and you must have seen there is one button 5 over there. If I click on that button 5, okay, that's been removed here from this. We'll be doing it. Now that is basically one macro I have run, which will give us the summarized output somewhere else in a different file. So if I'll be changing some things over here on this dashboard, no, then that particular summarized results will get recorded somewhere in a different worksheet. So I've created a worksheet 1 here. I'm renaming it to dashboard. All of you will have to be there with me. If you are lagging behind, please let me know. अब ये डैशबोर्ड जैसे थोड़ा लगना तो चाहिए, यहाँ पे तो बहुत सारे सेल्स वगैरह है, सो एक काम करते हैं अपन, इसका कलर कर देते हैं. Let's press Ctrl A by going to A1 cell, and let me give a color, which will be looking like a dashboard kinda color. Any color you may select, any lighter one. I'm selecting this green. Go greens. Okay. All of the grid lines are already removed, so no need to remove the grid lines now. In my case, I have got this formula tab 2, and if you want your dashboard to look good and big, then I think you should collapse your ribbon from here. You can just go to any of the tab from a functional ribbon area over here, have a right click, and there is an option of collapse ribbon. So let's press on that collapse ribbon so that dashboard will be looking bigger one. Formula 1 I'm keeping because at many of the occasions we'll be entering various formulas, so you'll be able to see over here from the formula box, so I'm not removing that. Otherwise you can remove that too by going over there in a view tab. Let me use the magnifier so that you get it in a better way. So you can go to a view tab, and from there you can just remove the formula bar from here, or if you do not want these headings of rows and columns, you can remove that too. Well, now we will be first creating the requirements of this, and then some additional things will be added, visualizations. First of all, see, I have got the two variables, and those variables can change as per my will, can change as per whatever my requirements are. So instead of household income in rupees, if I want to do, say, debt to income ratio, then accordingly my entire data will get changed. The correlation plot will get changed, the frequency distribution of the data will get changed, and those details will also get changed, which are given to you over here. So how can we do that? Let's go to this, and we'll be creating two boxes. One is variable 1, another one will be variable 2. Let me give these 4 boxes a different color so that we'll be able to identify it rightly whenever it will be required. So I'm giving that a different color, Alt HBA. Let's do a makeup of it a bit. You people know that, if the gender will be female, then it would get, उनको मेकअप करना पड़ता है, इसलिए थोड़ा सा आपको बॉर्डर्स भी डालने हैं. अच्छा, now based on whatever I enter over here, the data should get changed, right? But first of all, I should have the list of all the topics which should be there with me over here. That can be created by using the dashboard. Will be basically implementation of all sorts of functions, formula, as well as the inbuilt functions putting together, and we'll be creating some summarized outputs. So how can I create it? Oh, I have created over here on 3738. Let me just take it to upside. That can be created by using the data validation function. So going over there in a data, you will go to data validation from here. Then instead of any value, you want to create a list of all the values, and Excel should be giving us only those values data, right? So what we'll do is I'll create a list of it. Now the problem is that there has to be the source of list as well. No, list है समझ गए, लेकिन किधर का है list है, कौन सा list है, कहाँ से लिया list? So clicking over here on that source, and the source will be from the master data, all the headings, right from the first to the last one. You people are aware about the shortcut key too, to select every headings. Control Shift right arrow, pressing enter and pressing OK. So you must have observed that one drop down arrow is created. If you click on that, various headings will be visible to you. So is it clear till now? Is everyone there with me? Should I move ahead, guys? Slowly and steadily, hadu hadu, we will do many things. Okay, received confirmation. I'm not audible. Oh my God. Is it audible now, Mr. Allen?
Yes, sir.
I'm really sorry. Some connectivity issues are beyond my control. Now I hope I'm audible. और यहाँ तक हर कुछ क्लियर है. ऐसी कोई बात है जो नहीं समझ में आई तो बता दो, तो मैं रिपीट करता हूँ. Anything which you couldn't get, I'll repeat that. Nothing to be worried about. Okay, let's move ahead. Now, say, I want a relation between the two variables, the correlation. Correlation is basically, it gives you the idea that whether the two variables we have taken are moving in the same direction or not. So generally, if the correlation is more than 0.75, it is considered to be a very strong correlation. When it is positive, that means If one variable is moving up, another variable is also moving up. And if it is on a minus side, that means they have the inverse relationship. If one variable is moving up, another one is going down. Now regression and correlation, two things we want over here for all the variables. Now thing is, if we'll be doing it manually for all the variables each and every time, no, then it will be a very time consuming process, right? We want to do it just in a one dashboard, and the moment we change the variable, it should change the entire data as well as its visualizations. So I'm first entering a column here, which is variable 1. Or you may just write the topic over there, and another one will be variable 2, obviously. So pressing the sign of equals to and selecting this cell, which is B1. So that variable 1 data will get changed automatically. The moment there will be some change over here in this drop down arrow, the same is linked with this variable 1 and 2, right? So it will get changed automatically. Equals to variable 2 will be this one, that is B2. Now I guess in B2 we are yet to enter that data validation. Let's go to that data. From that data validation, here we have got the data validation in data tools section of that. Just have a click on this. Instead of any values, we will be selecting this list. Again, the source will be all the headings from the master data. So Control, Shift, right arrow, pressing enter, and pressing OK. Good. Now you may just randomly select two variables. Let me select the first one. I'm increasing the size of this column a bit so that we'll be able to see the names of it properly. The first one, let me take household income in rupees. Another one will be sales from that customer, annual sales from that customer. Right, so two variables are automatically taken. Let me increase the size of these two variables as well. You can have the shortcut key starting with the Alt HOI. So width of this will get automatically adjusted, or you may just do it manually too, you know. D को थोड़ा सा stretch करके आगे ले जाओ, E को थोड़ा सा stretch करके आगे ले जाओ, और कुछ नहीं है. Leaving the borders. Now see, correlation and regression will be performed on these two variables. But that data must be visible somewhere. No, then only Excel will be doing it. How Excel will come to know that which are the two variables for which it will have to do correlation and regression? So what I'm doing is, I'm taking the data of all of these two variables from the master data, and then we'll hide this column. These columns will no more be required as far as the visualization is concerned. But at least we should have a data before that, right? And to get a data, I'll be using the function called VLOOKUP. And to use a VLOOKUP, we require a one master key, which is the common link between these two data, through which we'll be deriving the data from one place to another place. Now that common link is also called as the lookup value. If you can recall the advanced Excel sessions a bit, there was a function called VLOOKUP. We used to get the data from one place to another place by using that VLOOKUP function. But for that I require the employee IDs. So what I'll do is, I'll go to the master data and I'll be selecting the employee IDs right from the first to the last one. Then I'll copy this. Then I'll again come to my dashboard file. and I'll be pasting it over here from the headings row, Control V. Let me paste just the values so that my formatting do not get changed. So Alt HVS to go to the paste spatial. Home. Bear with me. Again, selecting that entirely. Control Shift down arrow. Alt HBA, giving the borders. Let me increase one more column between this B and C because I'll be requiring that. Entering a column. चलो यहां तक हर कोई मेरे साथ है? All of you. मुझे अगर वेट करना हो तो बता देना आप लोग. Okay, very nice. Let's move ahead. Now, why I have entered these two cells over here is because, see, whenever we use the VLOOKUP function, no, it requires that for which value, for which variable you want the data. Here in this case, I want the data for household income in rupees, right? That data may get changed automatically whenever I'll be changing some data over here. Instead of household income in rupees, if I'll be changing it to say income categories in thousands, and it will get changed. So your lookup function should also not be very static. It should also be a dynamic in nature, so that lookup values will also be changing. मुझे इनकम कैटेगरी का डेटा चाहिए यहाँ पे, तो फिर वो ऑटोमेटिकली आइडेंटिफाई करना चाहिए कि इनकम कैटेगरी का ही डेटा देना है. So let's go to a lookup function, VLOOKUP. Why vertical lookup? Because the lookup value in the master data is given to you vertically. And lookup value is customer ID in this case. So VLOOKUP, first one is the lookup value, which will be basically this one only, my customer ID, comma. Table array is the master data you have got, from where you will be fetching this data. And the third argument of this syntax is, my friend, column index number. Now friends, column index number should get changed. It should not remain static. Otherwise, it will give you the data one and same every point of time. So I want to know the column index number of all of these headings which I'll be changing. So if I change the income categories in thousands to some other variable, then that column variable should also get changed. Column number should also get changed. So that's why I have inserted these two cells, where I'll be taking the column numbers of this particular data. So equals to, you will be using the function called match, M-A-T-C-H. Match gives you the column number from the series of data you have selected. Open the bracket. Now the lookup value will be this cell, right? This cell. I am not giving the absolute value. I am linking that with a cell B1, because there may be any value in the B1, and accordingly this column number should get changed. So comma. Now there comes lookup array, which is all the headings in the master data from the first to the last one. I'll be just selecting the headings, nothing else. From the first to the last one. Pressing the comma. I am there right now on this worksheet only. I'm not going anywhere. Do we want exact match or somewhat near to approximate match? We want the exact match. So pressing 0. That is the third and last argument in this syntax. Closing the bracket and pressing enter. अच्छा, there is some validation we have inserted over here. हमने पहले वाले सेल में validation डाला था ना, इसलिए वो catch नहीं कर रहा है. What we'll do is, nothing to be worried about. I'm selecting these two cells, going to the data, then in data, go to the data validation, and instead of list, select any value there. So that validation will get removed from those two cells. Now I can use the match function. Equals to match. अच्छा हो गया ना तुम लोग के लिए, तो मेरा रिपीट हो गया एक बार तो और अच्छी तरीके से मालूम पड़ जाएगा. Lookup value will be this cell B1, comma, lookup array, that's the series and the range of all the topics from the first to the last one. Control shift right arrow, comma, do we want exact match? Yes, exact. अगर exactly match हो रहा है तो ही मेरे को आंसर चाहिए, otherwise नहीं. So for that we press 0, closing the bracket, pressing the enter. So Excel is catching that column number automatically. So if I change something to say credit card in thousands, then column number is changed to 21. Similarly, we'll be doing over here to match, opening the bracket, lookup value will be this B2, comma, lookup array will be from customer ID to the last cell, comma, exact match, yes, pressing 0, closing the bracket, pressing enter. So in both the cases, we will get the column index number. Now, if I'll be linking this VLOOKUP column index number to these cells, then that particular formula will also become dynamic. It will be changing whenever I'll be changing the original inputs. I hope you're getting my point. And if not, तो अब समझ में आ जाएगा. अब शुरू करो, चलो यहाँ पे VLOOKUP यूज करना. Equals to VLOOKUP, selecting the lookup value which is the customer ID. किसी को मालूम पड़े तो ये पंडित जी वाला है, और ब्राइड और ग्रूम को मिलाते हैं ना वो वाले पंडित जी. तो pressing comma to go to the next parameter of the syntax. Table array is nothing but the master data. Selecting the master data. Now here in this case, you will be selecting the entire data set, my friend, from customer ID to the last topic on and downside to up to the last value. So control shift right arrow, control shift down arrow. Once that data is selected, pressing comma. Now there is a third parameter of this syntax, column index number. I do not want to keep it static, absolute, right? We want to make even this column index number dynamic. So we will be linking the cell where we have got the column index number. So going there in the dashboard and link this cell 21. That means C1, comma. Do we want the exact match? Yes, exact. F-A-L-S-E, false. Closing the bracket, pressing the enter. It gives you the relevant data here. Now let's do one thing. See, our master data will also remain same throughout these formulas. So let me just lock it. I do not want to change the range of it, so that's why I'll be making it absolute. So between A and 1, I'll press F4. And again, between EE5001, I'll again press F4. And sir, this C1 should also not get changed. Because if I copy and paste it down to other cells, no, then C1 should not become C2. So even that cell should be made absolute, F4. Pressing enter. सर अब तो कॉपी करके पेस्ट कर ही सकते हैं, यस. लेकिन प्रॉब्लम क्या होगी कि 5000 कॉलम है, 5000 रो है, नीचे नीचे कब कहाँ तक जाओगे, परेशान हो जाओगे. So let's go to बाजू वाले की सीढ़ी. बाजू वाले की सीढ़ी से नीचे उतरना है. कैसे नीचे उतरना है? कंट्रोल डाउन एरो, देन कमिंग बैक टू आवर ओन हाउस. अब यहां से हमारा खुद का सीढ़ी बना देना है. कंट्रोल शिफ्ट अप एरो एंड नाउ यू कैन प्रेस एंटर। अब ये प्रोसेस करने से पहले आपने कॉपी करना मांगता है। कोई कोई बोलेगा कि कॉपी तो किया ही नहीं, तो पहले कॉपी करो फिर ये करना है। प्रेसिंग एंटर, ऑल्ट एच बी ए टू गिव द बॉर्डर्स। आईलाइनर कर देते हैं। Now if you will be changing any variable over there, no, in the variable 1, then automatically this everything should get changed. See, if I change it to job satisfaction, then this everything will get changed. So number of pets owned by that customer, that variable is getting changed. Anyway, similarly we'll be doing it for variable number 2 as well. So there will be a bit of a repetition, and that's what you people want. We look up, opening the bracket, lookup value will be my customer ID, selecting that, pressing comma to go to the next parameter, then table array. Table array is nothing but the master data. Going there in the first one, you may select including the heading or excluding the heading, whatever the case it may be, whatever you want to do. Control shift right, control shift down, pressing the comma. Now there is a third parameter of the syntax, which is the column index number. We will again be going there in the dashboard 2, and sir, I'll select this C2 because we want to make it dynamic, you know, dynamic. Change होता रहना मांगता है, adaptability होनी चाहिए भैया. That's what the requirement of the 21st century is. You should be adaptable to handle everything. So pressing comma, then folds, closing the bracket and pressing enter. Now do not forget that we'll have to lock this range A1 and EE5001. So F4, and here as well F4, and at the place of C22 we will have F4 to insert a $sign. Copy, and let's follow the process we had done in the last one. Enter. So we will have the annual sales from that particular customer, Alt HBA, to give the borders. Let me make this bold. कस्टमर आईडी को भी बोल्ड बना देते हैं, बोल्ड लोग दिखते हैं. That's what is applicable to the human management too. जो लोग बोल्ड होते हैं वो दिख जाते हैं. Okay, is it clear? May I have a confirmation please? यहाँ तक हर कोई मेरे साथ है?
नो सर.
अच्छा नो किधर हो गया? नो क्या हो गया?
वेरिएबल 1 जो ई वाला जो कॉलम है ना उधर.
हाँ है ना, हाँ है
सर. इधर के फॉर्मूला में मैं अटक गया था क्योंकि मेरा उधर आ नहीं रहा था, इसलिए.
देख लो, वापस देख लो फॉर्मूला.
ठीक.
चलो भाई, हर कोई वापस देख लो. किसी को कहीं पे भी तकलीफ हो रही है तो बता दीजिए अभी के अभिच. वो जयकांत शिकरे की तरह अभी के अभिच.
Sir, table array will be the full data, master data, right?
Very true, including the headings.
Okay, and the next argument, column index number.
This one, this C1.
Okay.
C1.
Okay.
In my case C1, in your case I don't know where. लो बाकी सब लोग का क्या स्टेटस है वो तो बता दीजिए. After 154, I haven't received any confirmation from the students. Are all there with me? Received it from Miss Saraswati, Miss Shreya, Mr. Jaydev, Miss Millie too. मिली तो मिल गई, बाकी सब कहाँ खो गए? Miss Veronica as well, very nice. Mr. Deepesh too. गुड. ओके भाई, मैं तो पॉजिटिव, हम तो अफर्मेटिव लोग हैं. तो फिर अगर आप नहीं बोलोगे तो हम तो अज्यूम करें कि आधा ग्लास भरा हुआ है, आधा खाली नहीं है हमारे लिए. ऑप्टिमिस्टिक सोचने का तो मतलब बच्चों को आ रहा है. ओके, Now I can
एक बार
create the
वापस फॉर्मूला बताओगे?
which one से चलो मैं एक बार VLOOKUP यहाँ पे कर ही देता हूँ. चलो ध्यान रखना अब आराम से.
जी.
See, I want variable 2 का data over here, right? So starting with a sign of equals to VLOOKUP. Lookup value will be the customer ID D3. Select only the one cell. Some people would have selected the entire customer ID column. अरे भैया सिर्फ D3 select करना है. Comma. Table array is the master data from the master data worksheet. So from the first to the last one, control shift right, control shift down, comma. Now the third thing is required, that is the column index number. You will go to this dashboard 2 and you will select this 17, which is C2 in my case. Pressing the comma, false, closing the bracket, pressing the enter. लेकिन सर आप लॉक करना तो भूल ही गए. So C और 2 दोनों के बीच में जाके डाइवोर्स कर देते हैं दोनों का. And again, I'll go in between A and 1. I'll press F4. And here as well F4, pressing enter. So Control C and paste it down to other cells. We will have the data of various customers. May I have a confirmation, please, all of you? ओ बिड़ू बड़ू के ना बड़ू आ गए. आगे बढ़ू मैं अब हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? दक्ष हुआ कि नहीं अब? I hope my voice is audible.
Yes sir, done.
Okay. बिड़ू ने बोला बढ़ो. Okay, so now we may find a correlation plot here. We may find exact correlation as well. So just over here, I'm entering one more column here. Not the column. I'm not entering anything. I'm just giving the name to it. So in that cell, I'll put correlation of variables. So starting with the sign of equal to, in the very next cell of it, equals to, CORREL, opening the bracket. Then selecting the variable 1 from the first to the last one. Only the numerical values you'll be selecting, you know. So from first to the last one, control shift down arrow, comma, array 2. Array 2 will be array 2 will be this one, variable 2, from the first to the last one. Control shift down arrow, closing the bracket, pressing the enter. So the correlation between these two alternatives is negligible. It may just be avoided. There is absolutely no correlation found between these two variables. And I'll also be finding the regression slope of this. How do we interpret the regression slope? That is nothing but what we used to interpret in the beta, you know, if you can recall it. That if one variable is increased by 1 unit, then what will be the impact on another variable? So that's the regression coefficient. Some people calls it beta, some people calls it slope. Mathematicians and statisticians and everyone calls it with a different name, you know. So we'll be finding the regression coefficient here. So starting with the sign of equals to, SLOPE, slope, and selecting the dependent variable. Now see, why is my dependent variable? I want to predict the sales from a customer based on whatever the variable input I gave as independent one. So based on number of pets owned by that customer, can I predict the amount of sales from that customer? So my whys will be my sales from the customer, annual sales from that customer. So from the first to the last one, I'll be selecting that, comma, my X will be number of pages owned. Now in this case, it's number of pages. It may change to any other variable, you know, whatever we want to. So from first to the last one, closing the bracket, pressing enter. So 18.56. How do you interpret that? That if there is a change of 1 unit, 1 in the number of pages owned, then there will be an impact of 18 on annual sales from customer. But that is not very reliable because there is no correlation found between these two data, and we haven't tested the significance of this correlation as well as the regression yet, right? Whether the correlation and regression are statistically significant with the p-value of less than 0.05, that is not been found yet. But अपन ने सिर्फ लिया है, you know, just for this spreadsheet purpose. वो research methodology वाला सब बाद की बात है, वो बाद में करेंगे. Now let me change this variable number of pets to say household income in rupees. Now with household income in rupees, there is a very strong correlation we have found. 0.66 is not a bad correlation. And the regression coefficient is 0.06, which means if there will be a 1 unit change in the household income of rupee, then there will be 0.06 rupees change in the customer. So accordingly, I can make a linear regression line over here, you know. Anyway, that's not going to be my concern right now. Our focus is main on the dashboard, not on the interpretation part of this.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
The regression coefficient formula so once again.
Okay. Is equals to slope, opening the bracket, known y's will be your sales amount right from the first to the last one, comma, your household income in rupees from first to the last one, closing the bracket, pressing enter.
Okay, sir, got it.
Okay. Is everyone there with me till now? May I have again a confirmation, please, all of you? यार 2:15 तो इसमें ही बच गया. अपन का भी डैशबोर्ड तो बाकी है. अपन अभी 50% तक भी नहीं पहुंचे हैं. चलो चलो भैया, थोड़ी सी स्पीड करनी है अब. वेरी गुड. Many students are there with me. Very nice. Okay. Now, let's have the correlation plot of these two variables, and that will also keep on getting changed whenever we'll be making some changes in this data, you know. So I'm first selecting this two columns and only the numerical value, variable 1 and variable 2. So Control Shift down arrow. Once the relevant data is selected, I will go to Insert tab, and from there I'll insert a scatter plot from here, the first scatter plot. So this is how it looks like. There are some outliers in this scatter plot. If you remove these outliers, no, then there is a clear-cut correlation found and trend line found like this. But some outliers needs to be removed, जो आपके डेटा को खराब करते हैं, जो आपके डेटा की प्रिडिक्टेबिलिटी को बर्बाद कर देते हैं. तो ऐसे आउटलायर को निकालना पड़ता है डेटा में से. Anyway, that's not our concern. Our concern right now is main on the visualization part. So, लेकिन सर ये चार्ट तो बहुत नीचे आया. It's there 2 down. I should Control X it, you know, cut it and put it somewhere, because I want to prepare the dashboard. It must be there summarized at one place, right? So I'll be selecting this entire chart by just clicking over there on the empty space anywhere on this chart. Control X now. So that's been cut. Now you can go at the top side, and I'll be pasting it over here. Let me reduce the size of it a bit. Now, whatever the variables will be changing, no, this chart will keep on getting changed according to that. Okay, now we also want the frequency distribution of the variable 1, because that is also what the requirement of the dashboard is. सर रिक्वायरमेंट है वो किसने बताया? मैंने बताया, इसलिए रिक्वायरमेंट है। ये पूरी एड होक नेचर की है रिक्वायरमेंट, कहीं से भी उड़ के कूद के रिक्वायरमेंट आती है। So selecting again the data of variable 1, control shift down arrow, then I'll go to the insert tab again, then I'll insert a frequency distribution chart. So it's there over here in the histogram. If the outlook is slightly different, no, then you may go to the other charts, and from there you may find this histogram. So I'm selecting the first one. So again the histogram is given to me way at the end. I don't know why. Excel को क्या मजा आता है नीचे रखने से। अपन फिर से कहीं पे empty space पे क्लिक करेंगे, कंट्रोल X करेंगे, जैसे ही कंट्रोल X किया वो गया, ऑब्वियसली गया है इसीलिए तो X कहते हैं। ऊपर जाते हैं, नाउ कमिंग ओवर हियर, कंट्रोल V, so we have got this now. Now thing is, you don't require this customer ID, variable 1 and variable 2 right in a dashboard, you know, so you may just put this column somewhere in hidden form. So what you can do is, you may just select this column D, E and F one by one, or putting together with the mouse click, have a right click, then hide it somewhere. अच्छा हाइड करते तो डेटा भी चला जाता है क्या इसका? रुको, unhide, unhide. चलो ठीक है, पीछे क्या डेटा होता रहे तो हमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। आई एम पुटिंग इट ओवर हियर। इसका थोड़ा सा साइज बड़ा कर देते हैं, और इस नीचे वाला जो चार्ट है ना उसका भी थोड़ा सा साइज एडजस्ट कर देते हैं। क्या कर देते हैं? एडजस्ट कर देते हैं। Okay, now we'll put some more things into this visualizations. We'll be using the pivot tables and various other functions to put more visualized formats over here. So say I want to know that, you know, based on the age categories, how people are contributing to my cells. So accordingly, I may be able to find my target audience. You know, if I am able to get the maximum percentage of the cells from say 18 to 30 category, then accordingly my campaign or branding or the position of my product may take place. So based on the target audience, I want to frame some marketing strategy. I'm really sorry if I'm making any mistake in this, because for this appropriate person would be Preetha ma'am. क्या करेंगे अपन? We'll be preparing a pivot table, pivot chart, and then we'll be taking it over here on the dashboard. So from now onwards, whatever the task I tell you, no, you will be keep on preparing the pivot charts for all these tasks. So let's take the task number 1, where you are supposed to find age category wise your cells breakup. Right, so go to the master data now. Select this data entirely. Control shift right arrow, control shift down arrow. Then you may go to insert tab. Go to pivot chart. Pivot chart इधर है, किसी लोगों का इधर साइड में भी रहेगा, कोई बात नहीं, जिधर भी हो pivot chart आपको कहीं से ढूंढना है। Some people will be like, say pivot नहीं pivot कहते हैं, तो भाई तुम्हें जो बोलना है बोलो, बोलने में क्या जाता है। So I'm selecting the pivot chart, pressing OK. Now what requirements I have? Sir, I want age category wise sales contributed by those customers. So taking my age category to the axis field and annual sales from a customer to values. So I have found one chart which gives me that the major percentage of sales is of 50 to 64 category. अरे यार ये सब बड़ी बूढ़ी आत्माएं हमसे परचेस करती है. चलो कोई बात नहीं, जो भी हो अपने टारगेट ऑडियंस अब वो होने चाहिए जो बड़े बड़े लोग हमसे ज्यादा परचेस करते हैं. देखो 65 से ऊपर वाले, 35 से ऊपर वाले, 50 से ऊपर वाले. Anyway, we might be dealing in some other sort of a products, that's why. Now we have created one worksheet for this. I'm renaming this task 1. Let's go to the master data, and from here we want few more visualizations, Now friends, we want level of education, job category, and based on that their sales breakup. So that will also tell me that who is my target audience. Now from the historical data I may at least make some assumptions for the future predictions, right? That if I come to know that those who are highly educated are more attracted to my products, accordingly my branding and product strategy may be built. So again, I want job categories, level of education, both of them putting together along with the amount of sales they contribute. So creating another pivot chart for that. Insert, then going to the pivot charts, creating a different worksheet for this again. Then my friends, here we want, what did I say? First one, level of education, right? So level of education I'm taking to axis field. Then job categories I'm taking to the Legion series. And then the amount of sales I'll be taking to the values, because you people are aware that in values there must be a numerical data, then only the summarized results will be given to you, right? So taking the annual sales from customer to values. सर ये तो पाइवट चार्ट कहाँ पे है? ये तो टेबल हुआ. चार्ट किधर है भाई? हाँ आया, इधर है, पीछे छुप गया, देखो पीछे. Now let me convert this chart into a bar chart, horizontal bar chart, because that will be giving us a better presentation of data. So I can change the chart type from here. Now just have a right click anywhere on the empty space of the chart and go to change chart type. Then from there you may go to bar charts, and in bar the first one, the second one is looking, I guess, good to me, the stacked bar chart. So pressing OK. So how do you interpret this? Those people most of the contribution was made by the people who are belonging to sales and office category. So that means those who have the job category of sales and office, they are contributing the most to your sales amount. Accordingly, you may have your own marketing strategy. So that's the task number 2. Let me just rename that to, I'm sorry, I'll be taking it and stretching it up to 15-20 minutes more after this lecture. And I've come to know that the next lecture you guys have got is at 4 o'clock. So I can stretch it 15-20 minutes. Anyway, this is not a work of 1 hour, it requires some more number of. मैं तो ये कर सकता हूँ क्योंकि you people have already got basics of knowledge of Excel. अगर नहीं होता तो possible ही नहीं था. Master data again. Let's create one more visualization. We want okay. So guys, We want average of household income and average of sales. I'm writing it somewhere so that you get it. चलो पेन काम करना बंद कर दी है. I don't know why. Average of household income and average of sales. पेन को 1 मिनट रुको, मैं थोड़ा सा अभी तक शुरू नहीं हुई है. देखो ब्रह्मास्त्र बिगड़ जाता है ना तो फिर हाँ हो गई शुरू. हाश, थैंक यू. अर्जुन के पास से तुम धनुष ले लोगे तो बेचारा क्या करेगा उधर जाके, कितना भी शक्तिशाली हो. वी वांट एवरेज ऑफ हाउसहोल्ड इनकम and average of sales. These two values we require, but the categorization criteria is their is their job category. I hope you are able to get my point. Two types of values we require. One is average household income, another one is average of sales. And the categorization criteria, summarization criteria is going to be job category. So go over there in the master data, select the pivot charts again. Go to the insert, pivot chart, कहीं और दूसरी वर्कशीट में डाल देते हैं. Now, what are the two values I require? Sir, first is household income in rupees. Another one is annual sales in sales of customer. And for both, we require the average, right? We want average. So can someone tell me how do we find the average of this? Because see, whenever no criteria is given to you, Excel automatically takes the summation of the numerical values. How can you find the average? किसी को याद आ रहा है advanced Excel थोड़ा सा?
Sir, by clicking that drop down arrow and selecting the range.
अरे वाह, very good. So click on this background arrow, drop down arrow, value field settings. From there you may go to the average, pressing OK, and here to average. Value field settings, average. Okay, good. And the job categories is going to be my axis categories. So where is the job categories? Here, putting there in the axis. Now when you put that in a legend, then there won't be any space in between. It won't be looking good. So if you put this job category there in a legend series, then there won't be a space between all those categories. So that won't be looking good. That's why I have deliberately put it over there in the axis categories. So we have got third chart now. Okay. So that's going to be the task number 3. I'm renaming that. Now what you will do is, whatever the categorizations you have done, whatever the charts you have prepared, my friends, will be taking over there in the dashboard. So selecting this, doing Control X and taking there in a dashboard too. So I'm putting it over here, right at the front of this data. पीछे का डेटा ना दिखे तो हमें कोई फर्क पड़ता नहीं है, because for us what is required is the visualizations. Okay. वैसे ही task number 2 वाला, Control X, taking over here on the dashboard, putting it over there. फिर थोड़ा सा फॉर्मेटिंग कर लेते हैं. वो लड़कियां नोटबुक्स में कितना अच्छा फॉर्मेटिंग करती है, उस तरीके से फिर हम भी फॉर्मेटिंग कर लेंगे थोड़ा सा. ओके, देन टास्क नंबर 3, Control X, going over there, Control V. Okay, so sir, the thing is that what if I want to put some filters over here, and accordingly the summarized output would get changed, on time to time basis. Say in the first chart, it gives you the sum of total sales based on the age categories. But what if I want only of those people who are born in the month of January, February, and March? And all of these three charts should only reflect me the data of people who are born in the month of January, February, and March, because we have got the data of their birth month too. So what can we do is, there is one way you can go and do the manual changes into all of these charts, which will be a very long way, but we are the elite level आलसी people. Excel तो बना ही आलसी लोगों के लिए है. So we would be inserting the slicers. So my friend, click on the first chart. Once this dots gets appeared, that means that chart is selected. You will go to the insert, and now you will insert a slicer from here. So click on the slicer. So we will be, selecting as many slicers for which we want the filtered data in this my dashboard. Let me create first the slicer of size of hometown, then geographic location, then gender. तो जेंडर में जाके मैं जैसे ही फीमेल करूँ ना, तो एंटायर डेटा should get converted only into a female data. Then I'll create birth month, and whatever the slicers you are created, please make sure that it must be a categorical data. If it would be a ratio or numerical kind of a continuous data, then the slicers does not make any sense. And then I'll take the marital status. नहीं, जॉब सेटिस्फेक्शन ले लेते. चलो जॉब सेटिस्फेक्शन किधर है? जॉब सेटिस्फेक्शन इधर रहा. Pressing OK. So you must be able to observe that there are various slicers created over here. अब हर एक को स्पेस तो देनी पड़ेगी.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sorry to disturb, but task 1, can you show me the sheet again?
Which one? I mean,
Task 1.
task
Pivot
1.
chart 1. We have met pivot chart 1.
Huh. So that is age category wise sales from a customer.
Age category wise sales of a customer. Okay.
Summation of customer sales.
Okay.
ओके, तो अब इनका थोड़ा सा ध्यान रख दे भाई, थोड़ा सा एडजस्ट कर देते हैं. ये तो ऐसी बात हो गई कि 60 के क्लास के कैपेसिटी में आ गए 70 जन. तो अब सर को एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट्स लेके किसी को बाजू में, किसी को उधर बैठाना पड़ेगा. चलो बैठाना शुरू करो. इसकी साइज भी डिक्रीज इंक्रीज कर सकते हो अपने रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से. Taking it over here this way, then third wala size of hometown over here, and the last one is geographic locations, which will be taken over here. Let me decrease the size of it a bit. इसका थोड़ा साइज में इंक्रीज कर देता हूँ बर्थ मंथ वाले का नीचे से. नीचे जगह है थोड़ी सी. ये तो बहुत लंबा हो गया. नहीं, इतना भी लंबा नहीं करना, इधर तक ही. Okay, so you must be able to see that a dashboard is created in front of you like this, an amazing dashboard which will keep on changing the data based on your requirements. Now, sir, the problem is, say in the job satisfaction, you go over there and select only one, which is highly dissatisfied, and you select say highly satisfied, then only first chart is getting changed, not all other charts. We want the connection to be given to all of these three pivot charts we have created, not just to one. We want the connections to give to all of these pivot charts. So what should we do? Right now, this slicer, all the slicers are connected only to a one particular chart, which is sum of sales from household income. So sum of sales from customer, sorry. How can we do it? So you may go to a slicer, any slicer, select it randomly. Once this dots gets appeared, have a right click somewhere on the empty space, and you should be able to find report connections. I'm doing it again. Once this dots gets appeared, have a right click, then go to report connections, and see here 3 pivot tables are given to you. Check it. But tick is there only in the one pivot table. So what you will do? You will put the tick over here in the pivot table 2 and 3 too. So press OK. So if you'll be making some changes in the job satisfaction, no? Then all of these charts will get changed, not just the one. So similar exercise will take place over here in the birth month too. So go over there on the empty space in birth month, have a right click, report connections, and connect it to pivot 2 and pivot 3 as well, pressing OK. Let's do the same exercise for all the slicers we have created. Go to the empty space of gender, report connections, pivot 2, pivot 3, press OK. Again, have a right click, report connections, pivot 2 as well as pivot 3, pressing OK. And the last one is geographic locations. Okay, so guys, if you will be making some changes here, no, now, then it will get reflected to every pivot charts we have selected. And the first 2 charts we have taken over here, they are primarily for the data we have taken from the variable 1 and 2. So they will not get changed. मैं इनका भी थोड़ा सा साइज एडजस्ट करता हूं. अपने को क्या है कि डैशबोर्ड है तो फिर डैशबोर्ड जैसा ही मांगता है, पूरा एक ही चीज जगह पे चाहिए सब कुछ. अब कुछ बाकी है, एक बेचारा पीछे छूट गया, देखो अब उसका क्या करे, किधर डाले. है कुछ करते हैं, डोंट वरी, उसको बोलो डोंट वरी. ज्योग्राफिक लोकेशंस है ना, इसको इधर ले लेते हैं. चलो ये तो फॉर्मेटिंग वाली बात हो गई, आपको जो करना है वो, उसमें कोई रोक नहीं सकता आपको. Okay, so now friends, on whatever the slicers you go, and if that is highlighted in this color, no, that means only that data is selected. So say if I just select on zone 1, then this all these 3 charts are showing me the data only of zone 1. So if I select zone 2, then all these 3 charts are showing me the data only of zone 2. 3, then 3. Then you can have the multiple select as well. You have the filter option over here too, you know, clear filter. So say in a geographic location, if I go over there and have a clear filter, then again, everything will get back, and everything will get back to you. And here as well, I'm removing the filter. So everything else should be visible to you now. Well, so that is a very systematic, visualized, formatted dashboard, which is dynamic in nature as well, which keeps on getting changed based on whatever the inputs we put over here, you know. So for the entire data, if you want some summarized results, then this is one of the best. Not just that, I also want, say, descriptive statistics of variable 1. So I should be able to get the standard deviation of variable 1, mean of this, you know, skewness and kurtosis, and so many other parts of the variance as well, the descriptive statistics. I hope you are able to get it. So what can we do now is, let me just take this annual sales customer somewhere. Chart. Some people like, सर इतना छोटा कर दोगे तो फिर क्या मतलब, इसमें तो कुछ दिखेगा ही नहीं किसी को कुछ. तो तुम्हें किसी को नहीं दिखाना है, तुम्हें खुद के लिए दिखाना है. तुम्हें तो मालूम पड़ा ना, बस. ओके. Okay, here I want the descriptive statistics of the variable 1. So you may go to a data tab. In the data tab, you must have got something called data analysis. Please check it out whether the data analysis is there with you or not. And if it is not there, then we may take it. Don't worry. Data analysis can be found from options. I'll tell you how to do. So if you are unable to find the data analysis tab over there, along with that, we'll put a developer tab too. So go to the files, and from there go to the options. And from that options, my friends, you will go to add-ins. And then in add-in, the last part of it, just go to this go option. And from here, please select all these tools which are given to you. VBA, analysis tool pack, solver, whatever the tools are there, no add-ins, just have a tick on it and then press OK. So you must have the data analysis tab available there now. And we are also supposed to put a developer tab because we want some macros as well on this. I'll tell you how to do. Go there on options, and from there you will go to customize ribbon. And in customize ribbon, select, go over there, choose commands from. And in choose command froms, you will select all tabs. Select all tabs. And in all tab, please ensure that you have the developer tab over there. Click on the developer tab. And from here, you will drag it to right hand side by pressing the add button. So in the left hand side, click on the developer tab, press on the add button, take it on the right hand side, then ensure that there is a tick mark on the developer tab on right hand side. And once you have that, then you will press OK. I hope you are getting my point. Developer, then here in between the add, in my case, it's not visible because it's already added. That's why. Then once it is appearing on the right hand side, then you will press tick mark over here on the developer tab here, and then you will press OK. So something like developer tab should also be visible to you over here, just next to the view tab. Well, first of all, we'll be defining the descriptive statistics. Okay. So my friends, just go to the data. यहाँ पे दो चार्ट है ना, वो दो चार्ट को बाद में कर लेंगे क्योंकि डेटा हमें चाहिए वेरिएबल 1 का. थोड़ा सा मैंने साइड में लिया तो वो दिखे हमें इसलिए. सो डेटा, आई एम गोइंग टू द डेटा एनालिसिस, and in data analysis, go to descriptive statistics. Just after the covariance and correlation, you will be able to find the descriptive statistics. Press OK. कुछ आया नहीं? हाँ, अब आया. बहुत स्लो हो गया भाई. अच्छा, now input range will be the variable 1. So just have a click on this input range and select the variable 1 right from the first to the last one. So from household income in rupees, do not select that label, because otherwise the numerical functions, algebraic functions will not be able to happen there. So from 10,000 to the right, last one, control shift down arrow, pressing enter. Then rest all the things should remain as it is. Now where we want this output, I want this output over here. I do not want to create a different worksheet for this. Just click on this output range and select the output range, the place where you want to give the range. I'm going over here just next to this regression coefficient and correlation variables. And I'm giving the range at A8, pressing enter. So at A8, this data should be visible to me, pressing OK. Sorry, I'm really sorry. In that, you will have to find this, click on this summary statistics. Click on this summary statistics, that is unclicked. Confidence level, as it is, keep it at 95% only, then rest everything is not required. We just want the summary statistics there. Now you may press OK. So friends, at this, you have got a summary statistics. Let me change the color of this a bit. इसका थोड़ा सा bordering कर देते हैं, Alt HBA. So it gives you the standard deviation, mean, median, summation, kurtosis, and so many other things about the data. इसका नाम कर देते हैं summary statistics. One, right? So people who are looking at this dashboard should also be come to know that from where this data, or I mean, this data is belonging to which variable. So pressing equals to, and I would give the name of this variable 1, or selecting this cell number B1. So whenever you will be making some changes over there, then automatically the variable name will change over here in the summary statistics too. I hope you are getting my point. The summary statistics are there. अब थोड़े से charts वगैरह को फिर से adjust कर देते हैं. Okay. So friends, this is nothing but a dashboard you people have created. Now we have put a developer tab too, right? So let me create a button as well over here. So see, whenever this data will get changed over here, then the problem with this is that the summary statistics will also get changed, and rest everything will get changed, What if I want this particular output to be stored somewhere in a different worksheet? Whenever I click on that particular button, then the output of this particular variables, their correlation, their regression, their summary statistics, this everything should be stored somewhere in a different Excel worksheet. I hope you are getting my point. So at that time, what should I do? So I'll be creating one macro over there, which is basically used for doing the repetitive kind of tasks. So you click on those buttons, and those buttons will keep on creating a different kind of a worksheets for you, where the summarized outputs will be generated automatically whenever you click on it. But to make this happen, first of all, you will have to tell the Excel that what you want to do. You will have to fit that in its process, you know, in its algorithm. Let's see, this is how I want to do it in the future. So whenever you will be clicking on that button, macro will be automatically performing that task. But first of all, you should tell it to macro, no, that this is what I want to do. So how you tell this to macro? There are two ways to tell this to macro. First, you do the coding. Another, whatever the activities you do, no, you will just record that. So that recording will be taken for the future purposes by a macro to perform the similar kind of a task. So here I'm not going into the coding aspect because that will be requiring too much of time again. Just go to and learn, you know, this VBA, Virtual Basic Application, which is the coding language of Excel. We are not going into that. We'll just record, and Excel should be able to identify that कि भाई जो हम record कर रहे हैं, next time similar kind of a task Excel is supposed to do. So I'm going to the developer tab. Let me just ask it to all of you before that. Do you have the developer tab first of all there? May I have a confirmation कि developer tab है हर एक के पास? Is developer tab ready with you guys? Yes or no? Miss Saraswati is saying yes. Miss Shreya is also saying yes. Others? Okay. Some people have left anyway. No worries, fine. They were supposed to go somewhere. Okay. So let's go and go to the developer tab here. And in developer tab, go to insert, and in insert, select the first, which is the button. So click on that button and create that button over here. Right? And that button should have a name, and that name will be, say, we'll give the name to this macro print output. Right? So print output is the name we are giving to this macro. Do not put the space in between. Print and output must be there together. Do not put the space in between. Then go to record macro, because now we'll have to record it, you know. So record. Now everything which you are doing, no, that is under a surveillance of Excel recording. So friends, what we want to do? We want all of this to be copied somewhere. Print output, okay. Button is created. Now what we'll do is, we will go to the variable 1 and we will select the summary statistics and everything, entire data, and we will do Control C of this. Right? Control C. Do Control C. Now it's there in the surveillance of this Excel. Excel is recording all of this. So मैंने जो ये Control C किया ना, उसको मैं एक नए वाले वर्कशीट में एक नया वाला वर्कशीट बनाता हूँ. That is also being recorded, and I'm going in that A numbers column and I'm doing Control V. Do not do Control V. Have a paste spatial, so that all the values will get recorded without taking the formatting from it. So Alt HVS, just pasting the values and pressing OK. Now उसको थोड़ा सा अच्छी तरीके से ढंग में बना दो ऐसे, तो क्या है कि वो अच्छा लगे. So I'm giving the borders of this again to you. Correlation and regression coefficient again to you. Summary statistics and this everything is also being given a borders. And I'm removing the grid lines from here. So going to the view tab, and from there remove the grid lines. So this is how a new worksheet is prepared. Now Excel has recorded it. So whenever you will be clicking on that button, no, it will create this kind of a worksheet for you. So now my friends, you should go to the view tab, and in view, you should tell to the Excel that now you should stop recording, because whatever the recording you have done till now, that's okay. I don't want to record anything further. So I'm pressing the stop recording now. Now this particular thing is stored in Excel's database. This particular algorithm is stored in Excel's database. Now what will happen that you go to dashboard 2 and you have given a name of this like button 5, right? You may just change the name of it as well. Just have a right click. And after a right click, you can edit text. So in edit text, you can give a name to it. Say print output. You can change the color of this button. Many other formatting things can also be done from your side. Now Excel has recorded it. Now my friends, let's see the magic of it. Let me first change some variable from here. So instead of household income, if I change a variable to say debt to income ratio, then my entire summary statistics and everything should get changed, yes or no? नहीं, summary statistics change नहीं हो रहा है, सिर्फ ऊपर का output ही change हो रहा है. Okay, so summary statistics is not something which is dynamic in nature. That is remaining static. Anyway, that's okay. That will be taken care of in the next. That will be taken care of by us. Now you press on this button. No, have a click on this. So you must be able to see that new worksheet is opened, and the entire data is automatically pasted over there. Check it out. A new worksheet is created. So every time you will be pressing on that button, a new worksheet will be created. And in that, this entire data will be automatically pasted. That will be changing from variable to another variable. I hope you're getting my point. Till now, is everyone clear? So friends, this was an extravaganza lecture of Excel, where we have seen the data validation, VLOOKUPs, if function, pivot charts, pivot tables, summary statistics, and this everything putting together was applied on one marketing data to make some decision based on this. Okay, Ms. Saraswati is saying me that can you explain that to me again from the paste special? See, Saraswati, first of all, you will be creating a button, and button can be created by going over there in the insert tab. Just select the first one and create a button over here. From there, you will click on this record. Click on this record. You may give the different name to this macro, whatever you want to give, but make sure that you do not put the space in between the name. It must be continuous. Record it. Again, you may just start recording it. So button 6 is the name of my macro. I am pressing OK. Now everything you do will be recorded by Excel. So what I'm doing is say I'm copying this particular 4 cells. And I want to enter it somewhere in a different worksheet. So I'm creating a new worksheet. And in new worksheet, I'm doing Alt HVS, paste special, and pasting only the values, pressing OK. And now I will just do some bit of a formatting. I am removing the grid line by going to the view tab. So go to the view tab, and from there, okay, not coming to me, some error is there. So once that is given to you, then you may go to the view tab again. And in view tab, the macro has started recording. So you'll have to tell the macro that it's okay. Now my task is over. You will have to stop recording. So I'm stopping the recording now. So that's been stored in the database of Excel, in the algorithms of Excel. So whenever I'll be clicking on that button, Excel will be automatically taking the values over there. So going to the dashboard 2 again, which button now I have recently created? Button 6, right? So Saraswati, you may press on button 6. And you will be able to see a different worksheet would have been created. Is it clear now? Confirmation, please. Is it clear now, Saraswati? Okay. How about others? Have you got everything? कहीं पे कुछ भी अटका है, कुछ नहीं समझा हो तो बता दो बेटा. I am there with you. अभी भी मैं यहाँ ही हूँ. बिल्कुल शर्म करने की बात नहीं है. कुछ भी ऐसी चीज हो जो नहीं समझी हो तो तुरंत बता दीजिए, अभी के अभी. Received a confirmation from Miss Millie. Others? So you know how to prepare a dashboard in Excel now, right? Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Jaydev. How about others? Mr. Dhruv, Mr. Jaydev, Ms. Shreya, Mr. Vishal, all of you. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. So please put your enrollment number as a mark of your attendance. That's it from my side. Thank you so much. And I would again like to thank Preetha ma'am for giving me this opportunity to explain this dashboard to you. Thank you so much.